So PFF named a Bengals cornerback as the rookie with the most to gain this training camp. And you probably ought to guess who that is, if not only for the picture, but also the fact that he's really our only rookie corner, for being honest. Is Josh Newton. Is Josh Newton 100%? And I will agree that, yes, I think that this 100% is factual, that he is the most to gain, because right now he's sitting in a very weird spot. You know, you got Dax Hill, who first time ever playing cornerback in the NFL. You got DJ Turner, who's coming off a year where he was a second round pick, but he was kind of thrusted into the starting lineup and had to be a starter. And obviously you got Cam Taylor-Britt, who's a starter. You got Mike Hilton, who's a slot guy. But outside of that, there's no one really to go one-on-one with Josh Newton and take over the job. So really, all he has here is his ceiling is pretty much the sky. Like, it's the stars in the sky. He could do anything. If he has a fantastic training camp, fantastic preseason, he could work his way up to becoming the number 2 cornerback on this team. I'm not saying 100% he will, but that's really the spot he's in right now, is that there is no, situation where he has a limit. And that's what truly is amazing about him right now. As it says right here, a 24-year-old Cam Taylor-Britt and a 23-year-old DJ Turner headline the Bengals cornerback room. Dax Hill is set to join them, moving from the safety role. Cincinnati's young secondary doesn't plan to add a veteran at the position. See, this is this was written yesterday, which this is incorrect. They don't. Duke Tobin said we're not adding a veteran, but then proceeded to add a veteran the next day. Like, he said, we're not adding a veteran, right? It's not happening. We're not adding a veteran. And then the next day, we added the veteran cornerback. I forget what his name is. I made a video about it. So, like, I know in theory, and by the way, yes, shout out to Ross for posting this, Cincinnati Bengals talk. But it's funny because in reality, we did actually sign a veteran right after that. Now, of course, did Duke mean like a veteran as in like Stephon Gilmore? Yes, I think that's really what he meant. But to say we didn't sign a veteran is actually incorrect. While the trio doesn't lack the talent to hold up, Josh Newton could play a significant role in year one as a 23-year-old with proven college production under his belt. He's also a really good physical outside cornerback. And I feel like we definitely lack that a tad bit outside of, again, Cam Taylor-Britt. DJ Turner, great, not really that physical. Obviously, Mike Hilton's a slot, so we're not talking about that. And outside, other than that, would be like Allen George or Maxwell, right? So he has, other than Cam Taylor-Britt, who is also, by the way, a very good physical corner, this would give us 2 really good outside physical corners. Now, again, is Dax physical? I don't think to a certain degree he's that physical. I think he's more of a he's more of a coverage guy. I don't think he's more of I don't want to say coverage guy, because you could be physical and also have good coverage. But he's more of a just, really good at coverage. He's not really that physical. That's what I'm trying to say. But again, like I said, who knows? We'll see how he does at corner, because I've only seen him at safety. Now, safety, you do have to be physical, but I want to see how he plays a corner. So continuing this, no FBS corner who faced 100 or more targets over the past 2 years allowed a completion lower completion rate than Newton. Not even first round pick Quentin Mitchell, Teron Arnold, and Nate Wiggins. Yeah, so I'm excited to see how he does blossom in the NFL. It's one of those situations where it's like, where he pan out, he is a 5th round pick. I think he definitely 100% could pan out. But again, it all comes down to the situation and how much reps he really gets. And again, to PFF's point here, it does come down to his own self. He's going to dictate how well he does in the NFL. And there's not many rookies who are ever put in the spot he's put into right now, where if he works out well and if he does what he needs to do and performs the level he needs to perform in training camp preseason, he could earn himself a number 2 spot on this team. So I'm excited to see him. So far, we haven't heard too much of him in training camp. He has looked decent, but it's not like, Yoshi's been going off. Jermaine Burton has been an absolute menace. Mike Gesicki's been a menace. Like, there's some players who's been like, we've been talking about them, okay? Follow the channel. We've been talking about some of these guys. Josh Newton hasn't really been that guy yet. Not saying he can't be that guy, but, we just saw a training camp. So at the end of the day, we're going to see how it works out. In 11 days, or actually 10 days now, we're going to be playing our first preseason game. And that will be our first real chance to see Josh Newton, because we're going to see a lot of him. He's going to play a lot of that preseason game. Because, again, he is cornerback number 4 at this moment in time. So he's going to play a lot. And we're going to see him go against, the number 1s, the number 2s, the number 3s. And I think he's going to excel a lot. And after one preseason game, could he, in theory, get the second string job? No. But he's going to be on a lot of radars if he has a very good second preseason game. And I'm not talking about he goes out there. He doesn't have to go out there and put up, I don't know, like 5 interceptions. No. If he gets an interception, that would be amazing. But in reality, even looking at his first preseason game, I'm not expecting that, really, when it comes to what he needs to do to prove that he could be cornerback number 2. I think he just needs to, number 1, keep true to his assignments. So kind of just play your basic level football, what you're supposed to do, exactly what the play is called, run your correct play. Maybe, kind of get a little sneaky a little bit here and there, read the quarterback's eyes, maybe see something that's happening, maybe pass breakups. I think pass breakups, honestly, is going to be very important, especially in this first preseason game. And also, of course, just cover your guy. I don't want to say the, old cliche type saying, but do your job. And I know that's the Bill Belichick saying, but it is honestly the most truthful saying when it comes to, rookies is, at the end of the day, a lot of rookies, they want to be that big guy on campus, right? They want to go out there and do a lot, show the coaches that they're the best of the best, and, blah, blah. At the end of the day, really what it comes down to is consistency. I believe it was Zach Taylor, it was Zach Taylor, I believe. Zach Taylor talked about that before last year, I believe, in press conference. He talked about consistency, that it's not always about going out there in one game and making crazy big plays. As he said before, you have to look at it in a 3-game scenario, because in one game, if you go out there and you're just absolutely insane and you're putting up record books and you're just looking amazing, but in the next game, you look awful, and the game after that, you look awful. Well, that's not going to look good for you overall wise, and that's not really much to take away, right? You need to be consistent throughout your grind. You need to be consistent throughout games. So if you go out there, let's say week 1, you look pretty good. Put up some, decent stat lines. You're, playing pretty good football. You're covering your guy. You're following the assignments. Week 2, you get 1 interception. But you, again, consistently doing your job. Week 3, you, again, don't get an interception, but you look good. That is better than week 1 having 3 interceptions and week 2 and 3 looking awful. So it's all consistency. But I'll see you guys in the next one.